Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with Triax 2. So we are currently here in Elmshore in the Passage of the Six, and I've just finished talking to the boss, whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. And we now have to assassin at large. We need to speak to Deadmen at Tir Everon in Elm's Reach, because we're hunting Thaos, and we're pretty sure that the guy who's been breaking stuff is Thaos. Show me your name. Are you important enough to have a name? Redai. Sensing your approach, an agitated elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red stripe of paint gleams pearly with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Glenfathan matters. Begone. The huntress in the group raises her calloused hand. Still your heart, Redai. Do not forget where you stand. She parts the finest strands of golden hair that float before her face and acknowledges you with a nod. In the house of our ancestors, in the sixth tribe, we commune as one people. Redai looks away and fumes in a restrained breath. The ancestors will forgive me, and my brother, when I clean the shame away from his name. He looks at the huntress, and from the taint that was brought to our tribe. What happened to your brother? My brother, the hunter's heavy breathing pauses for a moment. My brother Fiorim is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on a blood hunt, but hasn't returned. And now, Arthwin, that puny liar, he claims that my brother, Redai clenches his fists. The elven huntress fills in the silence. Arthwin belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that competed against Fiorim during their blood hunt. She gives a glancing look to Redai. Arthwin claims that Fiorim has exiled himself, deciding not to return to the Twin Elms. Redai scowls. His stripe of paint curves like an angry wound. Exiled, in shame, for losing to him during the blood hunt. Can you believe this liar? Even though Arthwin returned with the giant Stilgar's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Fiorim would have failed to kill the prey first. The huntress digs her heel on the dark soil. But you cannot claim that yet, Redai. Not until an Amphatha judge the truth. Arthwin's weak, from a lower tribe. Redai bares his teeth. He lies. I'll find the truth and clean my brother's name. You mentioned a blood hunt. We prove our worth in a blood hunt. We set out to stalk and prey, always a dangerous creature, and only one kills it first. The elven huntress interrupts with an exasperated sigh. Yes, but we hunt as pairs, to bond, as Glenfathan, as one, not as enemies. 2 hunters, 2 tribes, 1 spirit. That is our way. Redai glowers in response. Our way isn't to lie. We don't betray our brothers and sisters for our own gain. The blood hunt between your brother and Arthwin has broken the communion of our tribes, Redai. Do not dig in this wound until you can claim the truth. She turns again to face you. Perhaps our customs appear strange to you, but despite what you see now, we Glenfathans hold our bonds sacred. Why would he lie? Why? Redai throws his arms in the air. Why? He looks at you if the answer were obvious. Redai, please, still your anger. He does not know our customs. The huntress turns to you and nods. Arthwin stands to gain much from claiming a victory over Fiorim. It brings renown and glory to his kin, a lesser tribe, the twice-split arrows. Arthwin has no history, no name, and now he returns a hero while my brother... Redai's face twists in ire. Tricked, perhaps worse. How do you plan to clear Fiorim's name? A bead of sweat rolls down Redai's forehead and hangs from his red-painted cheekbone like a drop of blood. It quivers as the hunter's muscles twitch. I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Amphatha must let me go. Huntress, to judge Arthwin and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen only to your truth. The huntress lowers her head, glancing at you. Before the Amphatha, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. Redai whips his neck, and the drop of sweat lingering on his cheekbone flies in your direction. You mean to involve this one? An Estromor? She points at him, with her calloused finger curved like a claw. Listen to me now. Arthwin returned, with proof. Your brother did not even come back. The huntress blows against the fine hairs floating down over her face. The tribes are split. Something must be done. As an Estromor, I can look into this without risking tension between your tribes. Redai turns to face you, his hard features betraying no emotion, and nods. You're right in claiming this. The Amphatha would agree to listen. There's no union between you and our tribes. The huntress nods at you. Fjorm and Arthwin went to the North Weald Forest, beyond the Old Song Pass, to hunt a giant Stelgar. Search there, and return to us with the truth if you can, but be aware. Stelgar of such size, many times over their lesser kin, usually gather a big pride that follows them closely. Red Eye fixes his eyes on you, 2 glowing embers over the blood-red stripe painted across his face. Estermore, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know of my brother's fate, and to clean the stain that Arthwin has spilled on our tribe. He throws his chin back. Anything. This I claim. Okay. Go stab some giant critters. You're random people. Excuse me. You appear to have a name. Nope, you have a soul. Okay, go away. You have a soul, I don't need you. Right, so we have a giant monster to go hunting. Although, to be fair, they were supposed to have killed it. I suspect that what Arthwin has done is not killed the monster, but grabbed one of the teeth it shed. The teeth it shed. Actually, he did say it was a broken fang, which means that it must have broken on something else, and...
Sorry about what I said before. About the skin-faced Orlin.
It's alright. I knew what you were trying to say, and that's why I didn't cut you.
I didn't know I was saying something bad.
I get it. Let's just put it behind us.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
What? No! Damn it, Dad. Is your family tree just one looping square?
Oh, I adore watching them argue. Excuse me, hang on. Sorry about that, I accidentally alt-tabbed. I alt-tabbed and then couldn't get back to the game. Nope, I don't care. Right, and that does make this game slightly awkward. Hearthsong Market, Builder's Hearth, Old Song, Glenfath and Home, Glenfath and Home. Let's go up to the market. We need to go to Tir Everon, which is where? Old Song. Got it. Okay. So let's check the market, and then we'll go to follow the path to Old Song. Hearthsong Mark. Well, we learned that from the map. Thank you. I do like the fact that the little areas that you gather gain you a little bit of experience. I mean, you can wander around like Fallout 4 and even Fallout New Vegas to an extent, and level up just by discovering places. But you end up either leveling up too quickly, or let's quick save and talk to this guy. Let me guess, the soul? Nope. How about you? Nope. Alright, you appear to be a merchant.
What brings you here?
You have the look of a hunter, Estermore. Darwin's weapons may protect the man who seeks out misfortune, but my supplies will help you survive out in the wilds. Let's see what's for sale. No, it's just right. Oh, hello. Dulcinale. Unique pistol. Dulcinale was the weapon of choice of an infamous violent highwayman. He lurked the foothills around Parchosi, watching for traders seeking a shortcut through the treacherous mountain passes. Known for his cunning and cruelty, he usually felled his victims with a shot to the gut, leaving them to die in excruciating pain from what he called Dulcinale, bad dessert. It does reduced crit damage. Does more crits, but reduced damage so that they die slower. Very nasty. Let's see. Skan Mika's Roar. Skan Mika, the ogre from Idrin myths who defeated innumerable champions before finally facing defeat by a simple shepherd, was said to have a roar that could shake rain from the clouds. When charging into battle, his bellows knocked his foes from their feet and rattled their very bones. Another one with a reduced crit damage multiplier. But it disorients its targets. That could be useful. Imorinet. A priestess of Hylia and Old Valia. Boy, they really like that sound. Took in children orphaned by famine. She guarded them in the temple and gathered what food she could. When looters came to the temple doors, demanding that she surrender their meager supplies, she prayed to her goddess for strength. The priestess suddenly found a powerful mace in her folded hands, and an indomitable courage in her heart. When she charged through the temple door, it said the very birds swooped from the treetops to pluck at the thief's eyes. When the local duke heard of her bravery and the plight of the children, he diverted emergency supplies from his own hall to feed them. The brave priestess and her mace, Imoranet, little beloved, became symbols of Hylia's fierce protection. Awesome. Only somebody here wanted a mace. Talontane's staff. In a dark corner of old Hylia, far from the influence of civil society, stories tell of a school constructed for the training of wizards in a very small and obscure niche of magic, long forgotten by the rest of the world. High Master of the school was an elven mage known as Talontane, who became aware of a growing problem. The aura cast by the school's particular magic was like a beacon to the unsavory creatures of the surrounding area. Marauding trolls from the nearby moors assailed its walls regularly. The High Master resolved to take action, and in his study he crafted a fearsome staff to incinerate the trolls. As much as that seemed important at the time, the demanding and short-tempered Talontane soon became preoccupied with other uses he discovered for his staff, namely in the punishment of unruly students, and that would become its predominant function in the ensuing years. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. We'll definitely take... We can buy dragon's eggs here. Great. Erige's Radiance. Cloak was a gift given in friendship to a knight, Erige, by a Coquelin dignitary in the early days of the Idran Empire. Impressed by the knight's noble qualities, the gift quickly became symbolic of the new alliance between elf and folk. The cloak has changed hands since then, but it is still regarded as a high honor by all who receive it. The shimmering gold fabric is embroidered with red and silver scrollwork done in fine silk. The back of the cloak displays the outlines of an open rose. It always looks clean and well mended. Okay, well, we don't have any paladins, so... Any spider figurine? Summon Widowmaker and 2 Widowmaker spiderlings. Well. Do we have anything in our stash that's valuable? Sell value, high to low. Okay, sell. No. Sell all this fine stuff. We have quite a few fine battle axes. We can sell a whole bunch of Ingwithan shields. Fantastic. Make that trade. Excellent. Back to the party. Right, so who could best use this? Can best use that staff? You have that. You have the Rose of Salt Hollow, which is 2 any Morning Star. I wonder if I give this to you in your offhand, does that mean that you Scroll of Fan of Flames, Rite of Ancient Legends, edits Grimoire now. So do you have to change to this before you can... Aha! Excellent. So all he has to do is change weapons and then he's got access to Fireball. Oh, nope. What do you have? An odd old elven woman clothed in thick robes beckons you to approach. Welcome, foreigner, welcome. Her forearms, splotched by green and blue stains, wiggle out of her hanging sleeves like caterpillars out of ripe fruits. Ew. I've got what you seek, always. Come see. Between bows and smiles, she points to a little girl beside the herbalist store. We're here to help you, foreigner. Yes, we are. The Fisher Crane tribe serves your people. Ungans, potions, and tinctures. Potions, tinctures. She makes a sprawling gesture at a collection of pots, bottles, and herbs that lies behind her. If you seek it, I have it. Always. What's for sale? Of course, foreigner, of course. Lots of potions that I really don't need. Wow. Diamonds are cheap. Adraban. Adraban. I have to remember this place, because, there's some... let's see. Mazdan. You appear to be a fruit seller. Some food for your travels. I hold here many delicious cheeses and fresh fruit. Fresh fruit. Tell me about your trade. That's a new, interesting line. Ah, my life is simple and makes a poor tale. I tend gardens in my herd, and my family picks this delicious fruit you see behind me. The gods have been kind. Okay. I expected that to lead to a quest. And you just have random... You have sugar for some... 20 seconds with +1 move speed. That could be hilariously useful. I will buy those. Because... You haven't... Hello, Derwin. This thick-framed woman smiles broadly as you approach. Ah, I see that you've heard it. A good blade has a voice, and it sings to its wielder. What weapon called you forward? Tell me about your craft. My weapons speak for themselves, and every man and woman in this market knows my worth. Even that Tamra. I bear the knowledge my father held, and his mother before him. Take up one of my blades, and you hold the weapon 5 generations in the making. Derwin snorts. They say I should not waste such fine weapons on Esther Morin. I say a good weapon lying on a rack is the true waste. I like her. What's for sale? Pride of the air of our Glanfath. Bleska's labor. An unlikely but effective leader, the Barbarian Bleska held off Adrian expansion north of Ritzeris by organizing the southern Ixamiddle tribes. She kept her ragged alliance together by persuasion, coercion, and force when necessary. Her coalition held together just long enough to dissuade and advance. Starcaller. Awesome. Oh, it's the minor missile. If this were bounding missiles, this would be amazing. But it can also stun on crits. Wow, that's really good. Devotees of Undra along the north shore of the Ixamiddle Plains watch the moon and stars sink into the sea every night, performing obeisance to the goddess of the tides. A traveling Idran anthropologist made a note of their rituals, filling his journal with sketches of folks swinging their arms to the firmament and descriptions of the stars falling from the night sky. The journal was published and widely distributed in the nascent Eider and Violin colonies. A copy eventually fell into the hands of an apprentice armorer who was so enchanted with the images of the rituals that she set out to craft an homage to them. Her masterwork was Starcaller, a flail of such quality that it was said to have fallen from the heavens itself. Themselves. Itself, yeah, that's brilliant. Strike hard. It's a big hammer. An Amoa raider from the Deadfire Archipelago. I think this is the free content that you get just for owning this. Once used this weapon when attacking enemy ships. Boarding first, she would rush the enemy captain while her crew secured the vessel. It took the coordinated efforts of 3 other enemy raiding groups to finally end her dominance among the islands. Awesome. Bunch of shields, which I don't need. I still have my larder door. Curdhead Pames. This armor once was owned by an Idran man who belonged to a band of mercenaries who called themselves the Walkers. At any one time, there were only 5 members. Okay. You can go away. Thank you. Let's try that again. Each with a specific set of skills. The first walker was strong, the second was agile, the third a marksman of unparalleled skill, the fourth was blessed with incredible endurance, and the fifth possessed irresistible charm. Each of the walkers wore armor that enhanced their already formidable skills. Clad in Curdhead Pames, 5th walker, the Idran had once been known to talk a Culkin noble into trading his prize mare for a half-finished jug of ale. Okay then. How's that compare to Saint's War Armor? This one's actually a little bit better. Better recovery speed. What's second chance do? Revive with 30 endurance. Huh. Yeah, I think Saint's War Armor is better. Although, how does that compare to what I'm wearing? Which is, yeah, the Fine Plate Armor is even better. Exceptional Mail. Yep, still better. Helmet of Defense. Helmet of Darksea. Reading comprehension, I can't. A disreputable lord in the Darkfire Archipelago, known for striking secret deals in the dead of night. hired an order of assassins to protect him during his nightly errands. He had them outfitted with magical helms that enabled them to pierce the veil of darkness. Eventually, his paranoia turned on his hired assassins, and he had them executed and their equipment destroyed. One, however, was rumored to have escaped to the Violent Republics, where she became a legend. This worn and scuffed leather helmet fits over the head and covers the upper face. Adjustable leather straps make it comfortable and practical for users of any race and build. 2 crimson tinted lenses fit in front of the eyes. That's worth getting. Because I can give that to Sagani, and she can use that to basically shoot better. This tall woman is clad in furred hide. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Glanfath. Hides so thick the Stalgar cannot claw through. Boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. I sell hides, and from every one of Gallowayne's beasts. Estermoran come from every village to see them, and know us for great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner of our lands. What's for sale? Then here, look upon the bounty our hunters have provided us. Nothing unique, although it's still pretty good armor. Alright, so let's go ahead and everybody exit stage right, and we will head for Old Song, where I assume we'll be immediately ambushed. Yeah, I love the fact that they kickstarted this game. I think they kickstarted the sequel as well. I'm almost certain they did, which is cool, and it's coming out soon. So I missed this. Excuse me. How do we get to? Paths over here. And also, none of those have. Hang on. You had a name. Did you have just a soul or? Nope. Excuse me. D is what I wanted.
Yes?
I love the fact. Oh, hello. The guard places a spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gates. Still, Estermore, the rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Anamfatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The guard scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles whitening around the shaft of the spear. Always too cozy with the Estermoran. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. What is this? The pedestal shadow creeps around the dais. A huntress, a bear, and 2 tribesmen. Seems like the beginning to a joke. Hello, Old Song. Takes an hour to walk there. Okay. How big is the... Never mind, silly question. I was gonna ask how big this place is, but, huge. Presumably there's a big forest in between the 2 sections with a nice, easy trail containing 0 monsters that will inform us that we have been waylaid and must defend ourselves. Yep. Oops, wrong button. Urwa? Are you who we need to talk to? An Orlan woman stares at the sky with an air of deep contemplation. She occasionally puffs from a wooden pipe, blowing smoke into perfect rings. What stands before me? She wipes her lips with the back of her hand, her teeth, uneven and pointy, are stained red. I do not see Esther Morwen often. She picks the remains of an ochre root stuck in her gums. And believe me, I see many things. Perhaps you want to see them too? Yes? She gestures behind her an assortment of plants, roots, and files lying on the rug. What's for trade? I present these happily. She's a drug dealer. Scroll of Maelstrom. Scroll of Paralysis. Ooh. Tempting. Orlan's Cradle. Right. So. No, everybody come with me. Let's see. Elm's Reach. Hylea's Shrine. Runefrost. Old Song's Pass. Gallowayne's Maw. Burial Isle? What are we looking for? Elm's Reach near a place called Tyre Evron. Alright, so we need to go to Elm's Reach, which is this way. You claim so, yes. The High Ovate rarely stands under the shade of Elm's Reach anymore. Oops. After countless seasons as the Druid's leader, it surprises me that she now leaves her community behind. That happens once in a while. Oop, oop. Hello. Okay, that was weird. Do we have to talk to the guard here? No. To Elm's Reach. And another hour. We're gonna be exhausted by the time we get there. If you've ever walked for an hour, you'll understand why. Of course, we're also wearing armor, which is not helping matters in the slightest. I assume they'll be more than a little annoyed if we, you know, camp in the middle of their city. Glentrath and Home, Old Song, Glentrath and Home, Hearth Song, Home, Golden Grove, Twin Elms, Tyre Evron. This way, and post haste, please. Old Song, Elms Reach. The Hall of Warriors. They're getting ready for war. Oh, hello. Oh, it's you again. Thaos.
You have stayed true to our cause, but so many of us have. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayal that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara ex Encios. But not you. I underestimated you. But no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It was not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have been bested. Wrapped in the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the great witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
And how would we reach her?
Not in Kratos, surely. Their lord has embraced her deep faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways. Now, he feels for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
How would we get Iavara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this under any other choice.
Well, that's not good. Also, I'm liking this guy less and less. Although I will admit that, oh no. Oh good, Spriggans. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, ridged and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, outsiders are not permitted to approach them.
One of them extends a snarl of roots toward you that snakes and twists together to form something like an open hand, palm down.
Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. We would pay the debt of his predecessor. So it would seem, Liliana. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes. What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister said? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
I don't really think this would go well, but I'm so tempted. Probably not a good idea. I seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you have already met him.
There, by his own admission, Shiva. Really, sister. And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. not want to be bothered. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything cordial.
Yeah. Just hilarious.
Yes, we crossed paths with Thaos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
Stopping him might end Wide One's legacy.
So that is the reason he passed this way. This is low, even for the Leaden King.
Indeed.
I told you we should be credit him shield. He has always been good.
I don't think you could have taken him.
Would have been the last thing we ever did, sister. If he was said to have ever gotten the better of Thaos.
I will.
Yes. Can't you just picture him all strung up in vines like an angry little puppet? But that's not what this is really about, is it? You are bound to that man. I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awakened something once very deep. Past over the past present closes in around you. Your time has been reached.
Apparently.
But Thaos cannot give you what you seek, nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be.
What's she mean? I thought Merwald said Elo's faith is rigid. This is permanent? What? But that can't be right. Not after everything. There must be someone else we can ask. I'm sorry. So this has been all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind. By talking to tree people, I think I've already lost my mind.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I'd rather have tried to put things right. A noble thought, but for the lifetimes that separate you from your problems.
However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva? I would. You are the way not so likely to end in death.
What is it?
The man fails, you must already know. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festers, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain.
Well, okay, this could mean one of two things. Because doom doesn't always mean a bad thing, it can also mean just fate.
But were you to learn the source of this dispute, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible that the trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Why do I have a feeling that I'm the reincarnation of the god that was killed by the god hammer?
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Thaos, would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he'd still go.
Well, then I'm gonna hunt him down and chop off his legs so he can't keep running away from me.
Not that he could help. You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often in the films. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. In many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you that.
Lovely.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you knew where he went?
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than you, where the people of Engleth once walked. He makes his way to the buried city of the sun and shadow.
Well, that sounds like a lovely place to not visit ever.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains
Ah, he was an Inquisitor. Oh, one of the soul towers thing is down there.
You won't be returning the way he came, as much as certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Of course he did. Can we go around, or do we have to knock the tower over?
On the burial island, where the court of the penitents, Brayeth Yaman. A short way.
I don't have permission to go to there, and I'm gonna have to do something to get it. I know for a fact.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where fates were judged in the place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
And what is this court?
You're more than a ruin now. It is older than me. A place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below.
Well, that sounds like a fun time.
The fall pyramid was closed. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
Lovely. What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way we must pass to reach them in shadow.
Lovely.
The course is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
So I need to find a god. Brilliant.
Justice Terra said to pierce the shroud itself and the place of the meaning of all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you
So-
have found it.
So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help.
Not the only one, just the only one that doesn't end with their body impaled on jagged rocks.
I like her. She's nice. How do I pray?
Terra is also called the Hall of Stars, and the star shows the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well.
Lovely. I know this episode is running long, but I'm just kind of stuck in this conversation, so...
You should choose a place to pray and be closest to those you want to hear. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Okay. Thanks. Who should I pray to, do you think? Any god you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake the feeling is shared.
Well, thank you.
Go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
I wish to undo the harm he's caused.
He would need to have twice as many lifetimes as he to repair his savage.
But perhaps there are strides you can make.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And beyond. Some questions have answers that can never be learned. But it is those who trouble the soul above all others.
Oh, I know the answer. It's 42.
May you find an answer to yours.
Okay. Well, I got a whole bunch of experience, but nobody leveled up. Alright, well. I prayed to the gods at Terra Everon. I've got a feeling this might be a guide, dang it, but we're gonna give it a shot. I think we also need some permission to go to the burial isle without getting stabbed in the face. Whistling in the reeds completed. After several more abductions took place at Zokine Lake, Grieving Mother discovered that a previously unknown beast was behind the attacks. A strange ruby-red beetle would grab the locals and feed on their worst nightmares. Though victims would initially fight back, they would quickly enter a blissful state and drop their resistance. Unfortunately, the beetle would eventually devour all of their memories, leaving their minds vacant and broken off from the world. Grieving Mother was able to track the beetle to its nest and kill it. The locals were relieved to hear that the beetle had been killed, but dismayed to learn that hatched eggs were discovered in the nest. As a parting gift, a philosopher from Zolkine Monastery created a wand for Grieving Mother from one of the beautiful red reeds that grows along the lake. We get Red Reed Wand. Grants, my son, do you see your sisters across the moor? And nature's terror. Huh. Okay. I suspect these change depending on who completes the quest, but I'm not certain. Right. Okay. So, this has been an extended episode of Pillars of Eternity with Triax 2. I will see you guys next time when we head into Tyr Everon to pray for assistance because I don't want to die on jagged rocks. See you guys next time.